The Neo Egoist League is the second phase of the Blue Lock project, where the top 5 countries where football thrives have been replicated in each stratum of the Blue Lock building. Now Isagi chose the Germany stratum, run by his soccer idol Noel Noa. But what if he didn't go to Germany, and instead chose to go to a different country? What if Yoichi Isagi went to the Spain stratum and joined FC Barcha? How will he have developed as a player, and would he be better or worse than he currently is? Before I begin though, spoilers for the Blue Lock manga, and if you are not caught up, click off now. Barcha's philosophy is derived from the ideas of freedom, fluidity, and improvisation. This philosophy meshes incredibly well with both Otoya and Bachara's styles of soccer, which is why they blossomed in this specific country. Well, at least Bachara did. Otoya was kinda mid, not gonna lie. Now, because Isagi would in this alternative story go to FC Barcha, we need to break down what Barcha could do for Isagi and then assess how his skills would improve from there. Barcha's playstyle seems to formulate itself around tempo and timing, luring the opponent in and then breaking past them with an increased game speed. So in what way would Isagi improve as a player? Well, when Isagi first joined the Neo Egoist League, his stat score was a 76, with an A in offense, a B in speed, shooting, and defense, and a C in dribbling and passing. So judging from Barcha's playstyle, his dribbling and offense would be the 2 stats that would most likely improve the most. Now the first skill that Isagi unlocked during the Neo Egoist League was Metavision, and if he went to FC Barcha, the first skill that he would unlock there would also be Metavision. And this is thanks to the first matchup being against Bayern München, more specifically, Kaiser himself. Also, because Isagi is going to be joining a different team, I'm going to be switching the spots of Bayern München with whatever team Isagi joins in terms of matchups. But because Bayern München is the first matchup already, there's no need to switch it up. Now, due to Isagi's nature of constantly observing his opponents during play, it's highly likely that he would center his attention on Kaiser during play, despite them not having any interaction prior. This is not only due to Kaiser's obsession with Isagi, as that was his sole reason for going to Blue Lock, but also because he holds the same title as Itoshi Sai, and Isagi would obviously be wary of a player of a similar caliber. So after matching up against Kaiser, it's possible that he would actually realize what Metavision is and then incorporate that into his new playstyle. And it's highly likely that he would become a starter player, as Otoya, who was a starter, didn't appear to improve much from when he was shown in the U20 match. Isagi's already adapted Naruhaya's off-the-ball movements into his playstyle after one single match. So training with a team who specializes in tempo would allow for him to increase the speed of his cuts to throw his opponent off balance. Now personally, I cannot see him improving anymore until the matchup against Ubers, which I'm saying is the third match here, as Manchan City's physical improvements and specific characters like Chigiri and Reo would be able to keep up with Isagi's off-the-ball movements and increase speed, as well as Bachara's Jinga X Monster dribble style. However, playing against Ubers, I believe that Isagi will invent his own dribbling style. This style that takes advantage of his off-the-ball movements and applies those principles to his current playstyle. And while I do wish I could take credit for this idea, it actually came from this guy here on my last alternate stratum video, and it is such a good idea. Thank you for it. I'm going to use it if that's okay with you. And considering the description that this guy mentioned here meshes very well with what I was saying earlier in this video, I believe that this dribble style would be incorporated into Isagi's plays. That style being a lobbed dribble. When Isagi is using his off-the-ball movements, he shifts his position into his opponent's blind spot, then cuts back to his original position, throwing them off balance and allowing for Isagi to slip past them. But if he trained with Barcha, I believe that he'd be able to find a way to incorporate his off-the-ball movements into a dribbling style that takes advantage of his opponent's blind spot. And that's where the lob dribble comes in. See, Isagi has stated before that his direct shot, as well as Nagi's first touch, are weapons that require a solid passer, such as Reo or Bachara. But with a lobbed dribble, he could bait his opponent into looking at the ball for even a slight moment, and then he could break past them utilizing their blind spot. It would allow for him to manually set up a direct shot, as he could lob the ball to a moving motion, then snipe it out of the air, and this would allow him to further expand his range of attacking options. Now for chemical reactions, he'd obviously be able to create a chemical reaction with Bachara. However, Bachara most likely won't respond to that, as he can now create his own freestyle chemical reaction, an example being his B-shot. But now who would be Isagi's chemical reaction partner? And that would be Otoya, because Otoya acted as an anchor for Bachara's dribbling, as he was the main focus of Barcha's lineup. With 2 players with incredible off-the-ball movements, it'd basically be a Planet Hotline, just instead of Corona, it's Otoya. You could pretty much just call it a shadow hotline. So in conclusion, if Isagi went to Barcha, he would improve in his dribbling and offensive stats, he would unlock metavision, a lob dribble style, and increase speed of his off-the-ball movements. However, in comparison to his manga self, this version would be way weaker, as his chemical reactions with Corona, as well as his lefty shot and egocentrism detection, would not be available to this Isagi, and that's what kinda lets Isagi shine in the manga. Like, I understand he has metavision, but metavision combined with egocentrism detection is what makes it so good. But anyways, let me know what you guys think of this video down below. Also, let me know, do you want me to make more videos about this kind of topic, but instead of Isagi, it could be a different character? Let me know down below too. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe for more content just like this.
Poppy stepping,